Welcome back to my F1 Championship Edition career mode, round number 14 for the Turkish Grand Prix. This is a track that, as you saw in the last video, I am not confident at whatsoever. I'm expecting absolutely nothing from this. I'm fully expecting a lot of auto spin curves to catch me out. I am not expecting a good result. I dislike this track. I've never liked this track. It's a track I've never got on with, and every single thing ahead of this race is pointing towards this being an absolute torment. So let's get into it. What's the worst that can happen? You can tell I wasn't confident at all because I went out straight away in qualifying. 11 minutes left on the clock. We've got plenty of time if I mess up this run, although it looks like we are going to get our first lap in. Through the final corner we go. We're going to run a little bit wide and then we're going to lose the car. We're not going to complete this run, or at least we are, but it's going to be extremely slow thanks to that poor final corner. I expect that is how the rest of this weekend's going to go. It's been an underwhelming banker lap time. At the end of our following lap, obviously the start of the lap wasn't ideal this time round, and we do end up hitting a bit of traffic through the final corner, but we do get through the final corner. Up to the line we go for our first representative lap, and it's going to be a 1 minute 31.6. We're P16, which obviously isn't very good. But what you've got to remember is we lost a lot of time thanks to the start of the lap, because obviously I spun at the final corner, and that's not the best preparation to start a qualifying lap. Although what was concerning is at the end of the first sector on this third run, we are 2 temps down, and then we spin it at the following corner. So it's not been a good first few laps in qualifying. We're going to sit P17, but thanks to me not being confident, we have plenty of time to go back out in qualifying and try and recover this dumpster fire. 5 minutes left on the clock. We've got time for 2, maybe 3 laps if we don't have any incidents. Starting our lap in our second sim, we're immediately going to find traffic at the start of our lap, so that's not going to be great, especially through the first sector. The first sector was particularly painful because, well, it just is. There's a lot of horrible curves and horrible corners, a lot of them that the car really didn't like, and obviously, as you can see, traffic, the Sauber and the Midlands getting in the way. We're going to have to overtake them. We're going to hit the back of the Midlands, but luckily we don't pick up damage. We're going to be side by side with the Midlands into sector 2, which obviously isn't ideal. We've somehow gone green in the first sector. God knows how we've managed that. We haven't got past the Midlands as we head down towards turn number 8. My favourite corner on this track, because boy is it fun in this car with these curbs, but we're going to survive it. It's not very fast at all. We're still behind the Midlands as we're coming towards turn number 9. We almost hit the back of the Midlands in the braking zone and we're still behind him, but you know, no, I was going to say we're going to get slipstream. We're not even going to get slipstream because we passed him on the exit of turn number 10. Unsurprisingly, we have gone quite slow in the middle sector, 3 temps down. This isn't looking like a great lap, and it looks like we're going to be under pressure in dive bomb danger of the Midlands. Our car is retired in the final sector. We've got my teammate now getting in the way at the penultimate corner. We're going to go around the outside of him at the final corner. We're now behind the Super Aguri, who isn't going to hold us up. We're going to run over some marbles, and we're going to cross the line for an absolutely appalling lap, and it's only P15. The fact that it wasn't an improvement at all, I genuinely don't know how the maths works on that. I'm guessing that was me just taking my frustration out. However, given that was a Super Aguri, I don't think anyone's going to really care. Obviously, P15 isn't safe, so we're left to continue to push on with a broken wing. With hindsight, I don't really know why I ran to the back of the Super Aguri if I planned to keep going, but it's a yellow wing, so it shouldn't affect us too much. Our second run, we are still slower. We're still sitting P15, so we're currently safe, and given the drivers in the dropout zone, we should be safe, but it's absolutely not comfortable whatsoever. Heinfeld is our biggest threat in the dropout zone, and given how this first sector is going, I don't think we're going to be improving. We're going to have to need a monster middle sector and final sector. That doesn't make any sense. So we're somehow a 10th up in the first sector. I don't understand how these times are working out. I don't know how I'm a 10th up, but turn 8 has been fine. It's nothing particularly special, but we don't have traffic, so we're bound to go faster in the middle sector. We can't possibly go slower. We braked very early for turn number 9. We've then spun it on the exit of turn number 10, and that is the end of Q1 for us. However, we currently sit P15. We have so nearly been taken out by a Honda. I'm shocked that didn't actually play out. I'm shocked he didn't hit me. For once, he was able to show restraint. But despite that clusterfuck of a Q1 session, we are going to get through to Q2 in P15. For the love of God, I hope Q2 is a bit easier. You know, normally I gain a bit of confidence after Q1, but Q2 this time I had absolutely no confidence whatsoever. So we go out immediately in Q2. Our first run in Q2, is it going to be better than in Q1? Not really, it's about the same. 130.9. It was a clean lap at least, but we're going to need more if we want to get through to Q3. That should do it. So we found half a second in the first sector. I have absolutely no idea where from, but this could be the run that gets us through to Q3. I have fucked it at turn 8. Well, we can't be surprised that happened. Like, going into this, we must have expected that. Like, come on now. 5 minutes left in Q2, and once again, we are under pressure. We currently sit P16 because obviously my opening lap wasn't very good. I've got a yellow wing. I don't really know how I picked that up, but I'm going to assume it was a Honda. Or me fucking up at one of the autospin curbs. But regardless, we're going to push on for the final 5 minutes. We've got 2 laps left in us at max. We know we have half a second in the first sector, if we get a good first sector that is. Will we be able to replicate that? Let's find out. We're going to have traffic once again, not so much in the first sector, but through the middle sector. Have we been able to match that time? Nope, we have somehow lost 7/10 of a second on that fast first sector. Obviously, that is not the time we're comparing with. We're able to get through the Williams, and hopefully we don't bin it at turn number 8 this time. We end up surviving turn number 8 and surviving turn number 10 this time. How are we doing in the middle sector? Have we actually found any time whatsoever? Because ideally we need it. That's a lot better. Why couldn't I do that in the first sector? Just short of 3/10 down in the first sector, 9/10 up in the second sector. So this will be an improvement. We've got through the third sector without any incident. Up to line we go. We need an improvement desperately. Currently sitting P16. Shit. That is... I needed a little more realistic. I needed a half-tenth improvement in the first sector, ideally. It's annoying because I know it's there. I just don't really know how I did it, so I can't really do it again. I'm desperately trying for the first sector, and I'm trying a little bit too hard because this is, honestly, as first sectors go, it's quite unpleasant to watch, as is most of my driving. And we're somehow even slower. I say somehow, after watching that back, I know exactly how I'm slower in the first sector. And judging how the second sector started, I don't think this is going to be much better. So that lap was the write-off, but with 2 minutes left on the clock, we do have time for one more run, and we desperately need it. We need an improvement. It's as simple as that. We improve in the third sector, but it's obviously not going to savour that absolute horror of a lap. It's just really annoying because we know the time is there. I do believe I can get into the top 10. I can beat Rosberg on a 1:29.2. We just need a decent first sector, and it's not going to be a decent first sector running that wide, but so far it's been a slightly... Never mind, I've run wide again. This is going to be yet another disappointing Sector 1. Yep, we've somehow gone slower. Again. I don't know what I did in that first sector to get 5/10 faster. It looks like we're going out in Q2. We're going to continue trying through the middle sector. We've tried a little too hard and we have cut the corner and validated our lap time, and that's the end of our qualifying. We needed a perfect lap to get through to Q3. Realistically, I don't think we're getting any higher than P10 by the looks of it. But we are going to end the qualifying session P13, which, given we're in a Toro Rosso, isn't bad. We had time for improvements, but unfortunately we couldn't find it, and that is the end of our qualifying session. Fuck it, we've been beaten by Coulthard. So it's Fernando Alonso on pole position ahead of first-time race winner in real life Felipe Massa in P2, with Michael Schumacher in P3. Let's go ahead to the race and get this over with. I am not optimistic in the slightest. Realistically, I just want a clean race. I just want a decent finish, not too many spins, don't embarrass myself. Let's see how it goes. 5 lights and lights out, and away we go. Offline we're going to get to Toyota. Right behind Coulthard as we head down towards turn number 1. It's going to be a dangerous Sector 1 thanks to the auto-spin curbs and the AI. We have survived turn number 1 and there's been a catastrophic crash on the exit of turn number 1. We've gone straight up into P9. I did see a wheel fly off, I didn't catch who it was, maybe the McLaren. We're now going to be battling with Barrichello in the middle sector. We have a look around the outside and then think, nope, we absolutely cannot do that because it's Barrichello, he's going to kill us. But just to go back to the opening incident of that Grand Prix, I think the McLaren lost the wheel and then the Williams and the Red Bull just got caught behind the slow moving car and we go straight up into P9, thank you very much. We've now got the 2 Hondas ahead of us, which is...
most beautiful.
We've no longer got the 2 Hondas ahead of us. They have taken each other out. That is the most beautiful sight I have ever seen. I assume both of them were trying to take me out. They're both out on the opening lap. We gotta take a look at that. Now I've got to give them credit. Despite them having 3 wheels, they still made an effort to try and take me out, even after they had retired themselves. I don't know which one it was, I think it was Barrichello who got taken out and was in the middle of the road. He desperately tried to weave to take me out in the moment. I think it was Button who runs wide on the exit at turn number 7. Comes back on track and just wipes out his teammate. Barrichello tries his best to swerve and collect me. Very much a personal attack and I will hear no other thoughts about it. That was absolutely intentional. But who cares? Both Hondas wipe each other out. I suddenly feel a weight of fear being lifted off my shoulders. Well, that was a very interesting first lap. We're going to end it in P8. We've got Rosberg ahead, we've got Klein behind me. That's a bit concerning. I hope Marco doesn't get on the phone and tell me to get out of the way because I am the quicker guy. Despite what we saw in qualifying, I am quick when I'm not hitting auto spin curbs or being stuck in traffic, but yeah, sorry for the poor commentary currently. I'm still just trying to process that Honda incident. I also was sitting comfortable in P8, but Klein is staying behind us, he's staying with us within DRS zone, although obviously there's no DRS in 2006, but he's staying within slipstream and not really allowing me to relax quite so much, although it looks like we are catching the Williams of Nico Rosberg ahead. I definitely don't think we've got the pace of the front runners for obvious reasons, but I do feel like P7 is within reach. We've got Trulli ahead, we might be able to catch on to the Toyota. 5.7 seconds ahead, I'd say that. Rosberg has opened the gap to 3.1 seconds and Klein is now challenging me into turn number 1. Maybe I should focus on the Red Bull first before I take a look at Rosberg. I did get scared on lap number 4 because as we come into sector 2 there is an oil spill up ahead and it could be through turn number 8. That is the most deadly thing that could possibly be in turn number 8. Luckily it's on the exit at turn number 7 and there is a blown up, I didn't even catch what car that was. It's one of the front runners, I'm guessing a McLaren. We've gone up into P7. Admittedly, none of these moves have been through pace, we've just kind of overtaken cars, taking each other out and engine failures, but who cares? You guys in the comments will belittle my achievement today enough. You're probably just expecting that I'm going to spin out and it's not going to matter anyway. As the laps went on, we started to increase the gap on Christian Klein. We weren't catching Rosberg at all, in fact he was actually increasing the gap, but we were increasing the gap to Klein to 2.5 seconds come lap number 5. Oh dear. It is a clip in sector 1 with no one around me. Yep, well that was kind of expected. There's a half spin, the gap we pulled on Klein has now gone. It's now really gone. But we're still ahead. We now have Villeneuve joining the party. Klein and Villeneuve in my mirrors.
Keep an eye on your car condition indicator. The tyres are showing signs of wear and this will affect grip.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Thank you, race engineer. Yeah, that that wasn't great, but we've shown we have the pace, so let's hold on to that ego boost and not try and think about how we definitely weren't expecting that whatsoever. Heading on to lap number 8, and once again the ego is back. We are opening up the gap to Christian Klein. We're also going to move up to 6th thanks to pit stops. The gap is now 1.1 seconds to the Red Bull. Obviously not substantial, but the gap is increasing. The gap is still increasing to Rosberg, but we're not racing him anymore. He's driving a brilliant race, like, congratulations to him, whatever. Who cares, it's Rosberg. Our battle, though, is for P7 against Christian Klein, and so far, I was very scared of that curb, wasn't I? I did not want to be involved with that curb again. Anyway, we're beating the Red Bull. We're winning this battle of Klein. I just got to hope that I survive this tyre wear. We're going to pull our usual tactic. We're going to extend our first stint just so we don't stress out tyre wear on the final stint and spend as little time as possible on the primes, because as we know, the primes or the hard tyres, we're not very good on the hard tyres. So we go to P5 thanks to pit stops. That is going to become... oh wow. P1. That's going to become P1. Wow. I'm going to lead the race. We've maintained the gap to Klein to around about 1 second, just over. But we're leading the Turkish Grand Prix. Midway point in the race, we are going to be pitting at the end of this lap, otherwise we're going to run out of fuel and then we'll retire and all this will be for nothing. What a waste of time that would be. We're going to make our pit stop right in the middle of the race. We're going to be nice and easy into the pits, just so we don't pick up a penalty. Although, as we've seen this season, sometimes you just get given a bullshit penalty for absolutely no reason, but I'm not holding anything against the game or holding any grudges about that. I've moved on. We are on, though, for a points finish, so we need a very good pit stop. We need to not fuck up. We need a strong pit stop, and we can increase the gap to Klein, and it can be even more comfortable. 7.4 seconds. I mean, you can't really ask for much more. We're going to increase the gap to Klein. We've come out in P10. God, I hope people have to... it's Albers. Okay, people do have to pit. Thank God. 8 laps to go. I'm pretty confident-ish with net P7. I hope. 7 laps remaining, and this should be where the pit stops level out. We should be P7. We are P7. We're still behind Albers, though. Has he pit? I don't think he's pit. There's no way Albers has outpaced me and gone up to P6. He's in the Midlands. He's just up ahead. I think we're catching him because his tyres are worn. We should be catching him anyway, he's in Midlands. It is slightly concerning that he is still P6 though. That should mean we're P6 net position. We've got a retired car ahead, so that might become P5. Who is retired up ahead? There's the oil spill. Who is retired? Anyone of... nope, no, it's going to be a lap car. It's going to be the Super Aguri, they always retire. Okay, so I thought we had P5 for a second there. Turns out, I think we have P6. I assume Albers is going to pit now. Thank God, we've not been outpaced by Albers. That would be absolutely humiliating. 6 laps remaining, and we're going to be P6 on pure pace. If you ignore the shenanigans of lap number 1. Pure pace. How have I done this to Turkey? I am expecting a very boring end to the race, and I'm hoping for a very boring end to the race. It will make for terrible content, but I want no incidents. We've got 2.1 second gap to Klein, 2.9 to Coulthard, 12.5 to Rosberg. Fuck knows how Rosberg has done that, but we can comfortably take P6. We just need to not spin. 1.5 laps remaining, and you're going to see how bad I am through the corners, particularly turn 8, which is a corner I hated throughout this entire weekend. I could just never nail it at all, and especially knowing how dangerous the curves were. It was very unpleasant. Coming onto the straight, we're going to have the Red Bull directly behind me once again, but once again we're going to pull away in the straight. It's just nice to be fast in a straight line for once, to be honest. The entire season I've been struggling with the straight line speed of this car. It's good to actually ease catching me into the braking zone. Is he going to dive me into turn number 12? We're going to leave him room just in case. He hasn't dived me, at least not enough to appear down my left hand side. 1 lap remaining. Are we going to hold on to P6 or are we going to throw it away? That really is the question. Please don't fuck this up. The comments will never shut up about it. We have survived turn number 8 for the final time. Now we've just got the bit that we know we're strongest at, down the straight. Surely we can't throw this away. I've thrown it away.
Fuck, you know.
We've spun on the curb at turn number 10, but thankfully, much like in France, someone hits me. I think it was Clean that hit me as we're sideways. We don't pick up damage, and for some reason, somehow, the pack of cars behind me all stay behind me. Now we're going to be under horrendous pressure into the final braking zone of the track, of the race. We're going to hold the inside. We see no cars around us. We have survived the onslaught of Red Bull. We did buckle under pressure, but thankfully the AI is stupid, and we're going to come home to take P6 at the Turkish Grand Prix, despite my best efforts to throw it away at the final chance. It's our 4th points finish of the season, and given the lack of optimism I had going into this race, I would argue that is my best drive. I know I spun twice, but that's pretty good for me. Fernando Alonso converts a pole to flag win ahead of Michael Schumacher, and championship leader Felipe Massa has not scored points again. I was looking to see where he was in the top 8, but nope, he's fucked it up again. Rosberg takes an okay P5. I mean, a lot of cars retired, so was it really on pure pace, or did he just get lucky? We take a phenomenal P6 on pace. We beat the Red Bulls, we beat our teammate, we beat a Ferrari, we beat the Hondas. Where are the Hondas? Where are the Hondas? I don't see them. Where are... Oh, they retired, that's right, they took each other out. They fucked it. Because of that retirement, we have a new championship leader in the form of Michael Schumacher. Is it really a new championship leader? It's Michael Schumacher. I mean, come on now. He leads by 6 points over teammate Felipe Massa. Massa's absolutely blown it. But more importantly, we have moved up to 24 points. We've increased the gap to Trulli. I think we should be able to hold on to this P9 now. In the Constructors, Ferrari hold a 61-point lead, and Toro Rosso hold a 4-point lead over Toyota. We definitely needed those 3 points for P6. You're welcome, Toro Rosso. We definitely need another points finish by the end of the season, but that is a big step in securing P5. And that is the Turkish Grand Prix. That went so much better than I expected. I genuinely thought it was going to be another Imola or Australia, where I just constantly spin on the auto spin curbs, probably being taken out by the Hondas at some point, picking up penalties and coming home for a comfortable P17 finish and a lap down. But that didn't happen. We locked in this race. P6. We have 4 rounds left in this championship season. Next up, we're going to Monza. I'm hoping I have fixed the issue with setups when it comes to straight line speed for this car, because if I haven't, Monza is going to be hell. There's nothing more to say there. It's going to be hell if I haven't sorted the setup out. But as I said, we've got 4 rounds left in this championship. Who's taking the drivers? Do you think I can bring it back? Will Massa be able to recover from this horrible form he's on? Will Schumacher take an 8th World Gyros Championship? Will the Hondas seek out to absolutely murder me in Italy after obviously embarrassing themselves in Turkey? I fear for my life in Italy, I'll be honest. You know what, I know what will cheer me up. I genuinely can't express how happy that clip makes me.